An NFL star accused of driving 119 miles an hour on a Dallas highway seconds before a crash. The investigation surrounding Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice has been a top story for weeks. Tonight, you are going to meet the specialized team of Dallas County prosecutors making the case against Rice. It's a unit using high-tech tools to gather data from cars and even cell phones to figure out how fast a driver was going. Weeks before the crash involving Rice, that team sat down with Scott Friedman to explain how they do it.
When a car crash involves allegations of dangerous driving and excessive speeds in Dallas County,
according to an arrest warrant, Rashee Rice was driving 119 miles an hour.
Whether it's an NFL star accused of injuring people or the case of an elderly woman killed by a driver involved in a street race.
Dallas police say they were street racing along Ferguson Road yesterday when one of the drivers hit and killed a woman and her dog.
Her life should not have ended that way.
Andrew James and the Dallas County DA's Vehicular Crimes Unit are often called on to prosecute the case. It's a team that's obtained lengthy prison sentences for dangerous conduct on Dallas streets. In the death of 73-year-old Linda Peterson, 15 years behind bars for the driver who hit her.
Vehicular crimes are violent crimes. What happens to the human body in the span of milliseconds when they're being hit by cars at these speeds, it's devastating.
James's unit now steps into the national spotlight as it prosecutes Kansas City Chiefs player Rashee Rice and SMU football player Teddy Knox, arrested on initial charges of collision-causing injuries and aggravated assault in connection with this crash on 75 Central Expressway. Rice and Knox have both said through attorneys they are cooperating with authorities. A police report obtained by NBC5 says Rice was driving a Lamborghini at 119 miles per hour and Knox a Corvette at 116 miles per hour seconds before the crash. To get those speeds, the report says investigators obtained a search warrant for the download of event data recorder information from the two cars. An EDR captures a vehicle's movements right before impact. Weeks before that crash, Dallas County prosecutors met with us to share how they're using event data recorders and other onboard electronics to prove how fast drivers are going.
And we're getting more and more tools that are available.
Tools District Attorney John Creuzot says are helping tackle what he describes as a worsening problem: extreme speeds and dangerous driving on Dallas roads.
If something bad happens and you hit somebody, you kill them or hurt them, we're going to do everything we can to prosecute you, and we will get the evidence. We'll get your speed.
To get speed data, Creuzot has invested in a team skilled at analyzing the information captured in devices, including GPS navigation systems and even cell phone apps that gather location data that can be used to determine speed.
That's the big change for us, is actually be able to get all these things that you're just looking 15 years ago we couldn't do.
DA's investigator Ron Cathcart says some car models now record the vehicle's speed every second, making it even easier to give jurors a look at what was happening in the car before impact.
For us, those are a fantastic source of information.
In some cases, the team has documented speeds of 80 and 100 miles per hour prior to deadly wrecks, not on freeways, but city streets.
So 100 miles an hour is 146 feet that vehicle is going in 1 second. That's just shy of a football field in 2 seconds.
Last year, the team obtained a conviction in another case receiving intense publicity: a high-speed police chase involving a driver with a fraudulent paper license plate, a chase that ended in the death of Grand Prairie police officer Brandon Sy.
Every single family that I meet is in the worst time of their life because they've lost a loved one.
James says he finds meaning in the work, bringing justice for crash victims. And by speaking about how they do it, his group hopes it will remind people if they choose to drive recklessly, it's become almost impossible to conceal their speed.
These are all very important and they're very impactful cases, and we want to do our best to hold people accountable for them.
Creuzot says he's made funding the Vehicular Crimes Unit a priority so it can be better prepared to put on cases more likely to result in conviction. In 2 years, the unit obtained 67 guilty pleas, 7 cases they took to trial ended in convictions, Brian, with an average sentence of 54 years in prison.
Now, Scott, your interview was shot before the Rashee Rice case. What else do we know about the electronic evidence they have?
Well, the DA's office says it can't comment on that because it's an ongoing case, but we do know from police reports both cars had those event data recorders, and as the case moves through the courts, we may learn more about whether investigators also have cell phone data or surveillance videos that help illustrate the speeds involved.
It will be interesting for sure. Thank you, Scott.